Bilawal first Guru, my body is clothed with the mendicant dress, my mind is the temple, and I bathe in my heart's pilgrim's place. The one Lord's name abides in my mind, and I shall not be born again. My mother, my mind is pierced by the love of the merciful Master, who can realize the pain of another. Without the Lord, I care not for another. O my inaccessible, unknowable, unapproachable, and infinite Lord, take care of me. Thou art fully pervasive in sea, land, lower and upper regions, and in every heart is thine light. All teaching, wisdom, and thought are given by thee. All mansions and abodes belong to thee. Without thee, O my Lord, I know not any other. I ever sing thine praises. All men and other beings seek thy shelter. All anxiety for them rest with thee. Whatever pleases thee, O Lord, that is good. This alone is Nanak's supplication. Bilawal first Guru, the Lord himself is the divine word and himself the insignia of approval. He himself is the hearer and himself the knower. Making the universe himself, the Lord beholds his might. Thou art the bestower, Lord, and at thy door the name alone accepted. Such is the name of the immaculate, luminous Lord. I am thine seeker, and thou art unknowable and mysterious Lord. Attachment to mammon is like the love of an accursed, ugly, and unchaste witch. Sovereignty and beauty are false and last but for 4 days. If man is blessed with the name, his inner darkness changes into light. We have tasted and discarded mammon, no doubt in our mind is left now. He whose father is manifest cannot be illegitimate. One attaching solely to the Lord has no fear. He, the Creator, does and makes other do. He who dies by the word conquers his mind by discipline of the mind. By restraining his mind like this, he merges in the true Lord. I know not another, I am sacrifice unto God. Nanak says, by becoming imbued with the name, one is emancipated. Bilawal first Guru, by guidance of Guru's word, mind is poised in contemplation. Imbued with the Lord's love, mind is fixed in faith. The crazy, egocentric go astray in doubt. How can one do without God? By the Guru's word, the Lord is realized. Without having the Lord's sight, how can I live, my mother? Without God, myself cannot live even for a moment. True Guru has granted me this realization. Forgetting my Lord, I die in pain. With every breath and morsel, I contemplate and seek God. I ever remain detached from the world and feel happy with the God's name. By the Guru's grace, I have now realized God to be with me. By abiding to Guru's will, the Lord's inexpressible discourse is described. The Guru shows the inaccessible and unknowable Lord. What other than the doing ordained by Guru can be practiced? By stilling ego and walking in Guru's way, one is absorbed in the name word. The egocentric are separated from the Lord and gather false capital. The Guru words are blessed with the glory of the Lord's name. God has shown mercy and has made me slave of his slaves. The Lord's name is the wealth of the capital of Serf Nanak. Bilawal third Guru Kar. First, the creator of all is one, the only one. He is realized by true Guru's grace. Cursed is the food, cursed the sleep, cursed the raiment which one wears on the body. Cursed is the body along with the family and friends when one does not attain the Lord in this birth. The ladder of the opportunity lost does not come to man's hand again, and he loses his life in vain. He who forgets the Lord's feet, him duality does not allow to embrace Lord's love. O Lord's bountiful, the life giver of the world, thou hast numberless slaves and serve, whose suffering thou does remove. My beneficent Master, thou art my compassionate Lord of mercy. What are these poor beings before thee? Emancipated and bound are all from thee. It is proper to say that and speak thus. He who turns Guruward is termed emancipated, and helpless, egocentric are bound down. That one alone is emancipated who has affection for the one Lord and ever abides with him. His depth and loftiness can be described not. The true Lord himself embellishes him. They who stray in doubt are termed as egocentric. They are neither on this side nor on the yonder one. He to whom the Lord shows mercy, that man obtains him and contemplates on the Guru's word. The Lord's slave living amidst mammon is saved. Nanak says, he on whose forehead it is so writ annihilates and destroys death. Beloved third Guru, how can unweighed Lord be weighed? If anyone else be as great as he, then can he realize him? Without him there is not another. How can his worth be ascertained? By the Guru's grace, Lord comes to abide in the mind. If man's love of duality goes, then alone he realizes the Lord. The Lord himself is the gold tester and applies the touchstone. Himself testing the gold, he himself gives it currency in the market. Himself the weighman, he weighs right. He alone knows himself, for he alone is. All manifestation of mammon emanate from him. He alone is rendered pure, whom the Lord unites with himself. Mammon attaches to him, with whom the Lord attaches it. When he reveals his entire truth, then one merges into his truth. The Lord himself inspires love and himself mammon attachment. He himself gives realization and himself becomes manifest. The Lord himself is the true Guru and himself the Guru's word. Nanak says, the Lord himself utters and preaches the Guru's word. Beloved third Guru, by the Lord is appointed the servant, service is taken by the Lord. No one can question the Lord, such is thy play, O my unique Lord, that thou art pervasive amongst all. By the true Guru's guidance is one absorbed in the Lord's name. He who has God's grace attains to the true Guru and night and day remains absorbed in the Lord's meditation in equipoise. O Lord, how can one perform thy service? How can he take pride on his effort? When thou pullest back thine light, then who may deliver discourses to others, O Lord? O Master, thou thyself art the Guru, thyself disciple, and thyself the trayer of merits. As thou movest and as it pleases thee, O illustrious Lord, so does anyone move. Nanak says, thou art the true Lord, who is it that knows thine deeds? To some thou blessed with glory in their homes, and some wander in doubt and pride. Beloved third Guru, the perfect Lord has made the perfect make. See thou him the same all over. In this play, the world, the glory is of the true name. So no one should take pride on himself. He who imbibes the wisdom of the true Guru, he merges in the true Guru. He who realizes the holy teaching in his inner self, within him abides the God's name. Now the essence of the experience of 4 ages is this, that for the human race, the one Lord's name alone is the true treasure in this age. Celibacy, self-discipline, pilgrimages were the merits of those ages. In the dark age, the glorification of the Lord's name is the only righteous deed. Each age has its own faith, dharam. Examine and study this in Vedas and Puranas. Those that by Guru's guidance have meditated on the Lord God meet with his perfect approval. Nanak says, by loving the true Lord, mind's ego is stilled. All those who utter and hear the name obtain peace, and they who have faith in it attain the whole treasure. Beloved third Guru, he whom the Supreme Guru himself imbues with the Lord's love, in his own home is all joy, and he embellishes with the Guru's word. The devotee